Did a really great question which provokes some thought around the creation of variants within your design system. So I thought what I might do is I might use icons as the example to show you how to easily create variants so that you can start to use your icons within your design system more easily, and to make your design system, I guess, more scalable and shareable so that others can start to pick it up and use it easily too. So all I've done to start with is I've used a plugin, I've used material design icons, and I've just thrown down a bunch of icons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn each one of these into a component. You of course want to make sure that they're named appropriately. Sometimes when you're using plugins for icons, as good as they are, sometimes the naming conventions can be a bit funky. So you might just want to, if you're using someone else's icon library, just make sure that you're comfortable with the labeling that they choose. Otherwise, you can always double click and relabel them yourself. Okay. So now that I have all of my icons, I've turned them into components. Then it's as simple as highlighting all of my components. And then you'll see this option up in the top right-hand corner, Combine as Variants. So I'm going to click Combine as Variants, and you can see what happens now is this is titled Component 1. So I'm just going to double click and call this Icons. Now what we've got here is a series of icons, and I can expand this if I want to put more into my variants. But if I click in here into icons now, you can see on this right hand side it's got properties. So again, we're going to call this icons. Okay, might use caps. I like using caps for the word icons. If you click into these settings, you can now see, as I hover over each one of these, you can see the naming conventions that marry up to each icon. Now the beauty of doing this, I'm just going to pull this over here. In my Mac shortcut is Option, and you see how it grabs those. I'm pretty sure it's Alt on PC. Now what you'll notice, because we've created variants, we're going to use this icon. You'll see in the top right hand corner, we've now got this drop down menu titled Icons, and we're looking at the backup icon. And now I can click here, and now you can see every single one of my icons within this library that are set as variants is now accessible here. So now I can go and choose my icon. So by doing this first, what this means is now I can go and place any icon into, say, a button. And then when I drag the button onto my artboards, I can double click into the icon within that button. And I will always now have this option. Anytime an icon from my design system is highlighted, I'll always have this option to change the variable or the variation of the icon based on all the icons I've placed into here. I hope that's been useful. Good luck.